Hello everybody, welcome back to the workshop. So in this video you guys might have noticed this anvil here. This is that 132 pound Vivor anvil. I did a review on it just a little while ago. I'll link that up somewhere here at the top of the screen. But this is actually my buddy Thomas's Goody Moots anvil, and as I said in my initial review with this has an absolutely huge diameter hardy hole that we need to address in order for it to take and fit the tooling that he already has for another anvil. So this here is roughly inch square. It's not quite, it's got a bit of a rhombus to it, but that's what we're going to make. We're going to make a sleeve essentially to fit this, to make these fit a little bit better, obviously versus the 1 3/8 like that's on there right now. So how are we going to do that, you may ask yourself? Well, we're actually going to be using a bit of plate here, and we'll get into this. We'll get into the forging here in just a few minutes. But hopefully you guys can see this all right. What I've done here is I found center on the plate, marked that, and then I also measured off a 1/2 inch away from that center line back a little bit, and then went ahead and drew some straight lines across there to give me roughly a square inside of my square plate here. This piece of plate is 1/8 inch thick and roughly 4 inches square, if you will. I'll put the metric here on the screen. Now, this here is a little bit undersized really for what we want or what we need to do. The thing about it is though, I don't have anything of the correct thickness to make these gaps perfect. So we'll get into that here in a little bit, how we can make that fit a bit snugger. Okay, so the first step in this process, we actually need to take and cut it on the diagonals. We're going to start with a cold chisel to do this, to leave us some marks. Now, we're not cutting all the way through with the cold chisel, but we are going to use it to give us some marks that we can find in the forge with the hot cut chisel. We'll just keep rotating this on around. We want them to come from the corners until we get a giant plus mark in the center. Now, of course, we're going to refine this with a hot cut chisel when we come back through. I'm actually going to use Thomas over here, the illustrious hand model. He is going to strike for me while I hold the two pieces and I guide and I cut down through the piece. Obviously, you can do this by yourself. You just leave it on your anvil and, whack it and just take your time and do that. But Thomas is here. It's his anvil that we're doing it for, so might as well, right? Might as well take advantage of the help. But that's all you need. All the rest of the layout work is just to try to find the center of this plate. All right, we're going to find our marks here. Go ahead, Thomas. Go ahead. Go ahead. Rotate it a little bit. Go ahead. Go ahead. All right, I'm going to cool this off. We're going to get it hot again. Don't take long for a plate like this to lose its temperature. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Harder. Go ahead. Go ahead. All right. Now that we're down to the base of the anvil, we haven't cut through, we can flip it over and we can see a nice big plus sign on the back here, or X marks the spot. So now I'm going to come right along that line, go ahead, and I'm going to try to pop and fracture that. There we go. There we go. Fractured it a little bit that way. I think I need to go a bit more of that the other way there. Go ahead. There you go. All right. Go ahead. Hold up. Go ahead. All right. That might still need to go a bit. Yeah, it looks like it. There we go. There we go. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and drift this over the new hardy hole. Go ahead, Thomas. A little bit more. There we go. Whoa. So I'm using a round drift at first to take and push everything nice and evenly. Now we can get that out of the way. And we're going to use a hardy tool that we want to take and adjust, or that we want to fit into this hardy tool here. Get squared up. And we want it to fit tight to the hardy tool. Good. All right. So we'll go ahead and tap it that way a little bit. It's nice and snug. Hammer that somewhat back down flat. Move that out of the way. All right, so now we have something that fits in here. It's got a little bit of wiggle room in here, and that's okay. It's okay if this has a little bit of wiggle room, because what we can do with this, grab Mr. Thing here, what we can do with this now that we've got this fitting perfectly, this opening fitting perfectly to our hardy tool itself, okay? Now that that's fitting perfectly to our hardy tool, all we have to do is on the back side of this thing, we can just bend those tabs out underneath a little bit, or we can actually weld, put a little doot of weld on those tabs to make it fit snugger in the actual opening of this 1 3/8 square hardy hole. Now this is by far the simplest way to make a fit adjustment plate for your hardy tool, just like that. Again, when you pull that out, and you guys can see how that works, it just fractures out. Hopefully they can see that okay. So yeah, so you can see how quickly and easily that's made. Like I said, all you have to do is either curl these lips a little bit more out without distorting the opening, or you can just put a bit of bead, put a little welding bead on there on all 4 of these and file and adjust, so this way it doesn't have slop left to right, forward and back. But that right there will help now readapt a smaller hardy tool to a much bigger hardy hole. So I hope you guys found that helpful. I hope this video has been informative. If it has, hit that like button. Subscribe if that's something you're into. If you'd like to support what we do here at Chrysler Ironworks, a great way of doing that is becoming a channel member, like you see the people scrolling across screen here. Or you can go check out our website at blacksmithingblanks.com and consider purchasing up some, blanks to forge around on for Christmas, holidays, and birthdays and the like. So that's it for today. God bless each and every last one of you, and we'll catch you on the next one. Thanks for watching.